Energy Revolution, the show for those who know there is something more, who are searching for answers and the meaning of life. Those of you who know you want to create change in your own life or in the wider world. My name is Yvette Taylor and I'm your host, and we will be talking all things energy, from the world of science to spirituality and how this interconnects in our amazing society. If you're completely new to this or the world of EAM, the energy alignment method, and you want to be part of a world and life-changing community, feel free to come and join us over on www.discoveream.com/pod. Now remember, this is no ordinary show. What you'll find here are the answers you've been searching for, and I know there is always a reason that you're listening today.
Hi everyone! So I'm over in Yvette Taylor's studio. See, look at her background.
Studio, that makes it sound very grand.
But it is grand. I want one. I really want one. So I invited Yvette on to talk to you about how to manifest and all the stuff that goes with it. She is the manifest queen. You are the manifest queen.
Yeah, but you're pretty good at this stuff too.
I'm good at manifesting for myself.
You're incredible at teaching other people how to manifest.
Thank you. So
we're just different ways.
Yeah. We work with different energies, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to hand over to Yvette.
What do you want to know? I think there's so many things. We were just chatting. We were like, what exactly are we going to share in 20-30 minutes? What can I share with you to add to the magic that's been happening inside the Manifest group as well? I've loved seeing the pictures that are coming up in doing the boards. I've been snipping out all of my pieces as well, so I'm doing this just as much. And myself and Jay, my partner, we're going to be doing this together. So this is our job as well. Just before the end of the week, I've got all my bits and pieces snipped out. You work with, obviously, Feng Shui and the magic that is created through the whole Chinese philosophy. A lot of my background, this is one of the reasons why we fell in love, other than Janine is amazing and awesome. My background's in Chinese philosophy and acupuncture. So when we started talking about the astrology and the dates and all of those things, it was so lovely to have someone to geek out with. But Janine is by far an incredible expert in all of these pieces of the puzzle. I know a tiny piece of the puzzle because it was part of my grounding and understanding in Chinese philosophy as part of what I did with my acupuncture. But EAM, the energy alignment method, which is what I teach and the work that I do, is at its very, 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 very core, the whole of the 5 steps are actually based in the Chinese 5 elements, which I don't know if I've shared with you properly before. It's got fire, earth, metal and water, which I never really teach people at the very beginning, but they're really the core of the 5 steps that sit behind EAM. But what I'd love to share with you today, as this is the Manifest group, it's like how, this is like Janine trying to teach you everything she knows and has learned over the last however many years. It's like, how do we condense this down into something usable and easy that will really, really support what you're doing with your manifest boards, not vision boards, manifest boards, to take you on that next step around actually manifesting all of this juicy wonderfulness in 2022. So these are 5 things that might be really useful for you just to write down and to make a note of, because very often when people, we've all heard the term manifest, like you hear it everywhere, left, right and centre, and we think, oh, it's this magical, I don't know, a magical fairy who kind of arrives and delivers everything that you need, just the sprinkle and a drop of a hat. But actually, there are so many things that you can do to support your manifesting, and Feng Shui is absolutely a massive, massive piece of the puzzle. And there are elements of you and who you are and how you show up in the world and what you think and what you do that play a huge part in what actually comes to fruition. So if you would like to write these, I'm going to share with you these 5 things that are all a really important piece of the manifesting puzzle. So what was today?
Today was in the east, and I call it the dustbin area, okay? Because in every area like if you go in the south, it's fame, southwest is relationship, west is creativity, northwest help for people, north new beginnings and career, northeast, which is all good this year, wealth, wealth, wealth. So there's things that you think about and they don't actually fall into every area. So in the east is what I call the dustbin area. Last year I put my Range Rover in it because there's no space on that place to find a Range Rover, is it? Where do I place? I want a creative array. I didn't want to build it, so I put it in the east. So today is about those things that you want that don't seem to fit in.
Okay. So it's like wood energy though, isn't it?
It's wood energy.
It's a wood energy.
Yeah.
So it's like a birth, new beginnings,
Yeah.
it's growth, it's
Yeah.
the start.
Romance, family. Yeah.
Okay. So taking just, you can do this with any one of the areas on your board with what you're working through.
Could I ask, we will work with the northeast wealth?
Yes.
We're going to do wealth, guys.
Okay.
So I'm just pulling her out of these
Yeah.
and putting her in with the wealth.
Perfect. Let's do it on the wealth. So write these 5 things down as headings and then I'm going to talk you through each one. So the first piece of the puzzle that you need is the vision, the what is it that we'll talk about this in a second. So the vision is number 1. Number 2 is energy. Number 3 are thoughts and beliefs. Number 4 is emotions. And number 5 is Number 5 is your aligned actions. Let's talk about the fives. Number 5 is the aligned actions. Let me just give you a bit of a context for each one of these. So whichever subject, we focus on wealth. Thank you. I'm going to work on the wealth. Say we're working through this in terms of our wealth. So what is it? The vision piece would be, what is it that you actually want to create in terms of wealth? Not just more money, because more money could be £10. More money could be £50. More money could be £100. Let's get specific. If we're manifesting, the more specific you are, the easier it is for things to come to you. So how much money is it that you want to bring in? How are you going to be bringing this money in? You know, what's the most auspicious ways for you to do that? If you've got part of your wealth bundles, I don't know, they don't get them.
Some have got them.
You've got some. If you haven't got your wealth bundles from Janine, you need them. Seriously, you need your wealth bundles. Figuring out what days to actually be initiating work and putting things into practice. That's on the aligned action. I've skipped ahead. What exactly is it that you want to do? So let's set yourself a pure, positive, powerful intention. In 2022, I want £500,000 or I want £2 million or whatever it might be. What is it that you want to manifest? That's the vision piece. This is the magic that you're creating and putting on your board. The next piece is what we talk about as energy. Now, without going off into a whole big teach around what I mean in terms of energy, what we're really talking about is you are so much more than what you see with your physical body. And I'm sure you understand that if you're in here doing the work with Janine, you understand that there's so much more energy that we don't see with our eyes, but you're working with it in terms of moving things around in your home, working with your astrological chart, working with your wealth bundle. If you haven't got that already, definitely get one. You know that there is this powerful, powerful, magical energy that infiltrates everything. So we need to do the work to make sure that your energy is actually congruent with the vision that you've created. So there's no point in us manifesting more money if the vibration in terms of your energy is putting out an energy of lack and debt, or if there are problems in your energy field as a whole. Your energy field expands up to 20 feet away from you. And things that have happened to us in our past, let's think about money traumas or situations we've been in. If you've lost a business or lost a home or seen other people go through those things, all of this information is recorded somewhere in your energy field. And so every time you try to manifest something, the manifestation will respond to what's held in your energy field already. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I get exactly what you are. I'm just going to put a little thing in here. Yvette will say at the end, but she has an EAM group, and I think it's really important that you go and join it, and it's free, so you understand more about what she's trying to do in half an hour.
I'm like that.
Yeah. So after you've done this, she'll put her group up, and you go and have a look. But what she's meaning is that, you know, past things that have happened to you, you know, when I was like 22 and I was a DJ, I got into lots of financial problems, and I had to like start again. Yeah. And I have overcome that because I look back and say, that's what happened. I was too much of a party girl, didn't appreciate it. So that's... So it's about what she's saying to you is about, can you remember what it was? Are you still attached to it? Back to you.
No, exactly that, exactly. And there are lots of ways. If there is still things coming up when you think about your money stuff, like it makes you go, bleh, or it makes you feel a bit sick, or it makes you want to hide, or it makes you frustrated, all of those are signs that there is something in your energy field that we need to shift. So moving on to number 3, thoughts and beliefs. And I would also add to this pattern, self-sabotage patterns. What do you think about this subject? And in this case, we're talking about money. What do you think about? What's your consistent thought process around this? Are you consistently thinking, I am so happy and grateful how wealthy I am. I am so abundant in every single area of my life. Or are you looking at your bank account going, where's the money? Why is it not there? Why is there never enough money to pay the bills? Blah, 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 blah. Because manifesting will respond to what you think more than you could possibly know. So again, finding a way, EAM, and it really is to delete that thought pattern from your energy field, from the way that you think, and change it. Most importantly, it isn't just about letting it go, but you actually then reprogram the way that you think so that you're thinking positive thoughts that work with the manifestation of what you want to occur. All of this applies to relationships, to your health, to whichever area of the board you want to take a look at. It's all these 5 things you need to be clear on. So we've got our vision, we've got the picture, we know what's happening in our energy, we're taking a look at our thoughts and beliefs, how we're thinking about that thing, because if we're thinking something opposite, it's going to undo all of the powerful manifesting work that you're doing with your feng shui. Then you've got your emotions, and I touched on it a moment ago. A very clear sign about how close you are to being able to manifest your thing or not is how you feel. So and think about them as 2 ends of a scale. Fear being right over here at the very bottom, and love and excitement and knowing and passion and freedom being right over the other side. Every single situation in your life, you are somewhere along this scale. You're either down here feeling fearful and powerless and angry and frustrated and, it's not my Facebook group, wound up. Will wind myself back in. But if your emotions are telling you that there is something going on that you need to do the work on, and you can't overcome that, as in you can overcome it, you can't ignore that is what I mean. Your emotions are an indicator of your vibration. Your emotions are an indicator of how far or how close you are to manifesting your end intention. So if you're feeling fearful and angry and frustrated around your money stuff, guess what you're going to manifest? More situations to be angry and fearful and frustrated around. So we have to do this work. And sometimes it's a consistent thing, particularly at the beginning of catching yourself of how do I feel? How do I feel about money today? If money is the thing that I'm manifesting, how do I actually feel about money today? Do I feel good? Can I catch myself in that moment? When I'm paying a bill, can I actually switch myself to, I'm really grateful I actually had the money to pay that. Yes, it might be a bit annoying that it's gone out the bank because I wanted to spend it on something else, but actually I had the money there to be able to pay it, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is where gratitude practices are powerful ways to switch that round. So how do you feel about your manifestation? And then last but not least, we touched on earlier, is the aligned action piece, particularly when it comes to wealth. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people have spent a lot of time doing work on manifesting money. And yes, we can manifest that beautiful £10 or that £20 or that £100 or that magical check coming in the mail. But how would it feel to really know that your money stuff is set for life, like you've created and built wealth, which is what you're all about, is building the wealth. And that comes through taking aligned action. Whether you're working for yourself whether you're building a business, whether you are doing investments, whether you're, I don't know, any number of things that will allow you to create wealth, you have to, please underline that word, have to, take the aligned action in order to create it. Now, the bit that I often find people miss with manifesting is they think that the manifesting is the end result. But in order to get to this piece at the end, which is the 200k or the 500k, somewhere along the way, you will have been given the first part of the manifestation, which is the intuitive nudge or the insight or the download or the book or meeting the right person or seeing that right Facebook ad. It's what is that initial piece of the puzzle? And this is the thing that people often miss or they often ignore in the manifesting process. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And in one way, I'm going to say slightly different to you, but it is the same. When we create these manifest boards, we're very excited, And when you're going away and finding the pictures, obviously I've given my pictures to you so that you see how to manifest, what I sort of manifest, giving you a little line onto it, And then I will give you the date and the time to put the boards up. Just because you put it up, it doesn't work. I'm putting it in there. It does work, and as Yvette says, it starts to work. You're so excited, and you've got all that good energy, And then you've had it up there, and you've taken your eye off the ball. You've stopped looking at it. You've stopped thinking about it. Now, I had one thing that hadn't happened on my board last year, but it has now. So that you guys know which one that was. So
have you got news?
No, this is my group.
I'm stopping the camera. I need the insight. I need the download.
So what I did with my board, so my board last year was in the West, and I actually spent a lot of time in the West, obviously, because I'm a Feng Shui consultant and Chinese astrologer. I knew that was the best area. So you need to focus on this for the whole year. And when you say alignment, it's about not forgetting that what you wanted, you can have. Now, where I'm going to give it to you is the best manifest area this year, and it's going to be somewhere you've got to look at. You can't just say, I had a great fun making these pretty pictures. It's got to be more. So over to you.
But that's the aligned action piece. That's the bit for me that's the consistency. So recognize the manifestations do come quickly, and I've got goosebumps now. The manifestations come quickly in terms of the next step. So pay attention for those signs. Pay attention for someone inviting you. I was thinking along the relationships. You've got me on the other thing on your manifest board. If someone's, say for example, this is the wealth. If someone's inviting you to a business opportunity, if someone invites you to come to dinner to meet someone who might be a great joint venture partner, if someone says to you, oh my God, I've got the best book publisher for you, you need to meet this person, follow the steps. That is manifesting, because you never know what that first conversation, that second conversation, that third conversation, it might be that it's 6 months until you see where that manifestation will come. But if you don't take those first steps, you kind of miss the manifesting, and then the universe has to kind of come around and run in front of you again and be like, present it to you again. Like, hi, I'm trying to give you this thing. And you're like, no, I'm waiting for my £500,000 to arrive. Thanks very much. Why aren't you giving it to me? But I'm trying to, it's over here. Like, you just need to open this door. You just need to speak to this person. So the aligned action piece is then following through on the insights, the intuition, the downloads, and putting it into practice, staying focused on your manifestation, going back to your manifest board frequently. Oh, how is this coming along? What do I need to do? How do I feel about this? What energy am I putting out there? Have I actually taken any action to this, or was this something nice that I just did in January? So keeping yourself connected to your manifest board and taking the aligned action piece, I think, is vital. Absolutely vital.
It's definitely a superpower.
It's,
no one said this is going to be easy, but you're hearing it from the queen of manifesting. So you need to align yourself to your board continually throughout. I mean, even if you visit it once a week.
Amazing. Most people shove their board away, and then suddenly it comes out about 4 years later, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. No, this is an active, engaging, connecting to, you know, tuning in with journaling, if that's something that you do. Obviously, I would suggest EAMing your way through all of the things that I've talked about as well. And doing the work, doing the feng shui in your house, you know, using your wealth bundle. If any of you haven't got your wealth bundle from Janine yet, please ask her to give you the link to buy one, because I would, if I could dismantle my camera and walk you into my kitchen, I have every single date, my auspicious dates for the whole year, mine and my partner's, all my career days, all the days that I should be doing everything mapped out. I know exactly what days to be launching things, to be doing things, to be having meetings, things not to do, so that I'm working with this energy in order to manifest all the things I'm manifesting this year. So and please get that from Janine.
And the build up of that, just doing things daily is like that. I remember I put an article in JLo, the Feng Shui free group of mine. It says something like, if you save £10 or £1.56 a day or something, at the end of the year you'll have had something like 10 grand. You wouldn't have spent it. It was, I put it in there, and I thought about it after, and everyone was like, wow, just that few bits of money and you would have saved all that money. Wow. That's nothing really to do with the manifestables, but it's one of the ways you can look at
aligned action.
Aligned action. Yeah.
It's easy, and that's a simple way of creating more wealth. Who would love an extra 10k? I'll say yes, thanks. Another 10k. I can do lots with that.
I was listening to one of Yvette's podcasts. I can't remember which one it was. So you check in on, I'll get her to put her group into the Manifest group. And there was a woman who'd been manifesting, and she'd manifested a house. And
Nicola.
Yeah, and she thought, oh, I can't afford that house, and I've always wanted it. And the whole, I love this, but I'm a great listening to her in my car. And, you know, things that she's just wanted this house so much and couldn't afford it, and then everything sort of aligned, like
everything.
Someone wanted her house, and then she was like £10,000 short, and then the new people wanted to take over the house or something, and the 10,000 came, and then it meant the kids go to the right school. So have a listen to Yvette's podcast; they're amazing, and that is what I call manifesting its moment. She never doubted. She knew what she wanted, and she never left that thought what she wanted. And okay, mine was simply one of the simple ones was my Evoque, my Range Rover Evoque. And it was an auspicious day, and I thought, oh, I'm going to go to Range Rover. There was about 30 cars there, and mine was right at the back, right at the very back. And I'm just like, you're going over there? And he goes, oh, don't let her, I can tell what mood she's in. I only touched it, and I knew it was my car, because it's what I manifested. I had seen it already. Now, I hadn't seen it in January, but this is what I wanted. And I have the most gorgeous car, and nothing to a car, but since I was a DJ, I loved cars. So I'm driving my happy moment, So that was a simple thing, but I never doubted that I would find it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what manifesting.
And you followed the aligned action, because you're like, oh, I need to go and get the car today. Yeah. And that for me, that is the aligned action piece. It's like, all of a sudden you'll get the most mad, crazy download of, oh, I need to do this thing. It wasn't planned into my schedule, but I'm going to do it anyway. I did this the other day. I said to you about, it was Saturday 2 weeks ago. It was a success day for me on my wealth bundle with my rooster. I knew what day it was. And I was like, oh, I haven't done anything good with the day today. What should I? And I was like, oh, never mind. It's like 5:30. I won't bother doing anything. And then all of a sudden it was literally like, you need to send an email out about the new job roles that you've got coming out. I was like, okay. Drafted a quick little email, sent it out. I've got these potential jobs coming up. Just sending this out there. Got an email back straight away from a lady that I'd been speaking to last May, who at the time when I spoke to her, I was like, oh my God, I would absolutely love to have her working with us as part of our team. She'd literally just bought one of my programs on the Friday, which I didn't know. And she was in the middle of sending me an email to see whether or not she could come and work for us as a company at the same time I sent the email out.
That's aligned.
That's aligned.
That's aligned.
And like in nowhere in a million years on that Saturday was I thinking, I'm going to put out a job post. But it was just literally that, okay, I'm going to put this out there. So now we're having conversations, and I need to check with Janine if we're allowed to actually work together based on our astrology. So Janine's literally the answer to everything.
I love that you get it as a download though.
Yeah.
You know, it's listening to that voice in your head. I was talking to someone the other week, and they said, oh, I'm not intuitive. And I'm like, do you ever hear voices? Do you talk to yourself? No, I don't talk to myself. I said, but you stopped. And you asked yourself, did you just talk? Do I talk to myself?
No, I don't talk to myself.
So you do talk to yourself. So what I'm saying to you is those downloads are the ones in your head that are actually saying, listen to this.
Listen to it.
And that helps with manifesting. That is one of the biggest triggers, which is what you said originally.
Absolutely. And on top of that, soul guidance will never, ever, ever tell you anything negative. It will never say, oh no, you shouldn't do that because of X, Y, and Z. That's your fear. Your guidance will always give you the right step, if that makes sense. So it will give you the clarity. It might tell you through a negative emotion, or something feels a bit weird, or something feels a bit off, but you'll never hear a no, if that makes sense. Like you'll never hear that negative voice of, oh no, you shouldn't do this because da 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 da. That's a justification, which usually comes from what we're thinking or feeling or believing. So it's an important distinction when listening to that inner voice. It will always give you the do this, the do this, the do this. Anything else, I would be investigating with EAM, and I haven't got time to teach you the 5 steps today, but I would be investigating, is that my fear that's coming up? Because sometimes we can justify our inaction through our own limitations and what's already in our energy and what we're already thinking. And then we kind of talk ourselves around it like, oh, my inner voice told me. No, your inner critic told you. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Do you find that some of your downloads come around 3 o'clock in the morning?
Crazy times, yeah. Like I'll wake up, when you're in that middle of the night wee, and you think, oh, I really want to go back to sleep. And then all of a sudden I get the best business ideas, and I'm like, oh, it's dark and I don't want to switch the light on, and I don't know where do I record this? I'm like getting my phone out and leaving a little note in the dark in the middle of the night. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because you're quiet, like your energy is still, you've not got 10 million other things coming in at you. You're actually peaceful, and at that time, wherever the guidance is coming from, it's really easy to just, there you go, you're not thinking about anything else. Did you hear me?
There's another trick to that, right? So in the board you're making, in the northeast, which was wealth, there's 4 wealth animals. Tigers is one of them. So you can see that I put a tiger in mine, and the hour of the tiger is 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of your best ideas to increase your wealth come in between 3 and 5.
Ooh.
There you go.
Does that mean we all need to be up at between 3 and 5?
Well, if you're meant to be up, you will be. And if the download comes between 3 and 5 in the morning, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
No questions, no excuses.
I have been known. People said, oh, you're on your WhatsApp very early in the morning, and then you 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you're not. And I'm like, yeah, just triggering some things. Because everything that I've learned, I know this isn't about manifesting, but everything I've learned, I've practiced. Yeah,
absolutely.
So literally, people say I walk into a room, like if I'm going to see a client, I walk into a room, and before I do it, I think about the client, what I want to do, what the client is, and when I walk in, the phone rings, or they get a text that's relevant. I was with a client this morning, she said, oh, we were just talking about that, and now it's come in. So that I manifest before I go into anyone's house for what they want if they're a client.
And you've just done it now,
even
coming here.
Yeah.
So we've just been moving some bits of our feng shui around the house, just moving a water fountain and things, getting ready for 2022.
Yeah.
And we have deer that come through the bottom of our garden. I haven't seen the deer for literally about 6-7 weeks, and they represent abundance. And I always see them when things are moving. Haven't seen them for 6 or 7 weeks.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Janine's here. 2 seconds later, 4 deer are in the bottom of the garden. I'm like, okay, can you just move in? I should make this your bedroom.
I know. People who employ me say, oh, could you just stand here?
Can you just stand here, please? That would be amazing.
But that's all about, I'm very much into manifesting. When I go in, my idea is to get what you want, and that is manifesting. Yeah. But then you have to carry on manifesting when I leave the building.
Yes, but you do have an incredible manifesting energy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Both ways.
And so are you.
Yes, that's good.
Anyway.
I think that's, there's so many, I mean, there's 10 gazillion other things that we could absolutely share with you, but I hope that's been useful and given a little bit more kind of other layers of this manifesting piece to think about, to really, really take on board, past your board with your manifest board, take on board all of the wonderful things that you've got from taking part of this. I can't wait to see all the boards.
I know, they're starting to come through. Some people have not put anything up, but I know.
What day do we have to hang them on?
I'm not telling you. Oh. I'm sorry.
God, she's so annoying.
When the last one's
done. I'll try and get it out of her. I'll try and get it out of her.
And she's got logins to my Facebook now, so she could probably go live and tell you. But I'm not going to tell you.
Anyway, if you've got any questions at all about anything that we've shared, because I haven't got the chat comments coming up. Have I? Hold on. Have I? Oh, look, we have got some magical comments.
Oh, Nicola.
Can you add to the board during the year? Let's just have can you add to the board during the year, Janine?
The board that you make now with Frozen, the board you make now, yes, will go through the year. Depending what day you add it on, depends if it's going to work. So you need to add it on like a wealth day or a success day or an open day or an initiation day. So you can add to the board, but you've got to know the days. Because the day that I'm going to get you to put the boards up and they've got to be ready for is the most auspicious day.
I know what day it is.
I know. So
I know what day it is. You can pay me with the answer.
So what's that?
Nicola says, it isn't a magical fairy. No, not unless you've got Janine coming in as your magical fairy.
Nicola, which I will get her to point you, put the free group of her EM into the comments so that you can do it. Yeah.
EAM is the energy alignment method. And Sandra says, is the wealth bundle different to Master 2022?
I'm going to say this one more time. Master 2022 is a 9-week program.
And you need to be doing it. You're a bit late for this one, but...
Yeah, and the programme is not a wealth bundle. It's not auspicious days. It's a completely different thing. Master 2022, we're feng shuiing your house. I've dropped you into Manifest for a couple of weeks. Then we're going to go back and we're learning decluttering. I mean, when I say decluttering, this is magical decluttering. And then we're going on to garden feng shui, blah, blah, blah.
So you need your bundle extra, Sandra, I think is the answer.
She has. I have actually sent her all her auspicious days.
Oh,
she
there
has
you
had
go.
it, but I think she's a bit lost there.
Get your wealth bundle. If any of you haven't got your wealth bundle, please ask Janine to give you the link to buy your wealth bundle because it helps massively. Like I'm using it even to the point I've just said to my Facebook ads team today. I was like, I need to give you a date that you're allowed to set my Facebook ads live. They're like, can you give us some dates? Anyway,
okay.
Thank you. I hope this has been useful. Thank you for inviting me in to come and share.
Thank you for coming over. We can make a double act.
We could. I feel like we should take a top hat off. Anyway, we'll stop playing now.
Okay.
And send you all lots of love.
Bye.